The Sikakeyb HM80 is one of the fastest keyboards out there as tested by AimAdapt. With a screen, 8K polling rate, 15 PCB chips, and magnetic switches, this was set to be a really competitive keyboard. As a sub-brand of Gateron and priced above $200, this is packed with value which I am stoked to be sharing with you guys. Plus, we will also be featuring these IMD Topographic Keycaps from XVX. So firstly, this is a wired keyboard with a layout similar to a regular 87 key but with slightly shorter width. This has 82 keys in total, and you have the option to add in 2 extra keys to the spacebar for a total of 84 keys. Now, I've never seen a keyboard with a triple spacebar before, which of course could be modified in its software. This unit comes with Gateron Magnetic Jade Pros with the linear 36-gram spring, which I think is one of the best sounding magnetic switches in the market. If you don't like them, you're free to swap them out thanks to the magnetic hot swap north-facing PCB. I'm just unsure what other switches are compatible on this unit though. This has a 1.14-inch colored screen that has really good saturation and colors out of the box, versus other keyboards that I've tried with the same feature. Okay, so going through the screen functions here real quick, if you hold down the function key and press on page up or page down, you can switch to different modes of the screen. So you can have your custom GIF right here or custom JPEG or PNG. Now here, this is actually my favorite feature of the screen, wherein if you press a specific button here, it's going to show you how deep you're going. It's just a cool feature for you to be able to test whether a button works or not. Next up, we have here a simple game by just pressing the arrow key up. You start the game and then you can jump, and of course it's really difficult, so I'd skip on to the next. This is the reaction time. So if you press on a button, it's going to show you if you're press a button that, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Don't need to explain it. Alright, and back to our custom GIF. As for screen customization, that's really very easy to do. All you need to do is press on this screen right there, and then you may choose from presets by Sikakeyb, or you could upload your own. So just click on loading image and you could choose your GIF, JPEG, BPE, I think, and a PNG. I forgot the other file format. But anyways, once you have uploaded it here, just click on download image so that it would apply on your keyboard. So really easy, straightforward. So once you open the software here, you'd be greeted with the layers at the left-hand side. Now, each layer represents a different profile, and it may confuse some of you because we know layers to be something like different functions or alternate functions for each keys. Anyways, when you press on function, you can change function keys right here. And I think it's worth noting that you can include, if you click on the function tab down here below, you can add in another layer here. So that could be layer 4 or layer 5. So you can switch profiles real quick. Anyways, once I click on any profile here, I can do key binding by just clicking on a button and changing the function. Now you can customize press release kind of setup here, where if you press a button and then you release it, it's going to change the function of every release. So one button could do 2 functions at once. You also have here mod tap. I believe this is called mod tap in other keyboards. You hold a key and it will function in a different way. So you have rapid fire here, SOCD. SOCD is really easy to set up. Just click on a button here. For example, D. If I want to set up a SOCD here, there's A there already, so pretty much all good to go. And then light and heavy, I'm not sure how this works, though I believe a light press would function as D and a heavy press would function as A. I think it's worth mentioning that you could set up a MIDI for your keyboard, so you could select specific notes here and a specific sound. However, I'm not sure why it doesn't work on mine. I'm gonna set up a MIDI here. I'm gonna do G, D, E, C, G, there, D, E, and C. But for some reason, when I press on them, I press on function key. I do not hear them when I press on them. So anyways, I think I'm doing something wrong, but just a key feature to mention. Moving on to performance right here. You could select all keys, or you could just select WASD, or you could select a specific key you want to customize. And you can change the actuation points right below here. And there are other settings here that, of course, you're free to explore yourselves. But this is the only thing in this tab that I would customize. Moving on to the lighting tab, you can customize not only the RGB setting of your keyboard, but also the light bar effect, which has 7 lighting modes. Brightness and speed, again, pretty much straightforward. The last tab here is calibration. I suggest you calibrate your keyboard before you use them. I don't think it's necessary, but it's just a part of my workflow when trying out a new magnetic keyboard. Anyways, let's move on. Inside the box, you get the keyboard, 8K cable, quick start guide, 2 extra Jade Pros, and 2 extra stabilizers, 3 keycaps for the split spacebar, and an extra escape key. Lastly, you also get a premium key puller combo. I wish a PET dust cover was included, but not this time. I tried a regular cable on this unit and did not work, so only its 8K cable did. The housing is made of full ABS plastic and is really high quality to the touch. The case also feels really solid with very minimal hollowness to it, thanks to its fully dampened build. The keyboard weighs about 950 grams, which I think is the perfect weight for lugging it with you. Underneath, you get a metal plate, which I'm unsure if it contributes much to the overall weight of the keyboard. Also, you get rubber pads along with a 2-level kick-up feet for adjustable angles. At the side, you'll notice a rubber dongle to cover the dongle slot, which I believe is used for some of Sikakeyb's wireless lineups. At the left top side, you get the USB-C input and a switch for the keyboard's RGB. This is offered in one colorway for now, with a retro-ish theme. There is no branding on top except for the metal badge by the arrow keys. Another key aesthetic feature is the light strip by the badge, which has multiple light modes, including one that reacts to your keystrokes. The keycaps here are made with high-quality, thick PBTs. Probably the thickest I've ever had, reaching about 1.7 mils in thickness. I think this gives the Gateron Jades a deeper, creamier sound. Made in the cherry profile, I needed no time to adjust as I'm used to this profile. Yet, the one thing I really did not like much are the small legends, though this is pure preference only. Stabilizers are lubricated and fairly tight. Not much wobbling happens and not much rattling occurs. It's also worth mentioning that this keyboard has ports for screw-in or clip-in stabilizers too. Moving on, the 36-gram Gateron Jade Pros here have light diffusers that make them not only a good choice for performance, but also one that complements RGB keyboards. I would swap out the keycaps on this unit with something like that of Topographic Keycaps from XVX to make full use of the RGB and switch diffusers, but before that, here's a quick sound test. Overall, I'm not a fan of the combination of dark keycaps on beige housing, yet I only did this to show you the potential of this keyboard in terms of lighting. But so far, it does not look all that bad with black on beige though. Again, XVX sent us these keycaps to test out. Thank you, XVX. Firstly, I like that the WASD is textured for added grip. Same goes for the spacebar. And I also like how the topographic markings are shine-through. Legends are not shine-through though, yet that is fine. I see this best suiting a black keyboard more given its dark colorway. XVX also makes these in white. I reviewed the XVX Jadestone in the past, and that, my friends, is the brightest keyboard that I've ever used my entire life. I'll put links in the description for these keycaps and the Sikakeyb HM80. If you got any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you again next time.